What's good?
What's poppin'?
We are back again for Club Dixon.
Season 2, episode what? 5?
Yeah.
Season 2,
And it's
episode
January
5.
5th.
January. That's a good call out.
So.
Episode 5 on the
And my
5th.
birthday, October 5th. No, blah.
That's crazy. Ain't got nothing to do with this.
And I got 5 fingers. No, blah.
That's crazy. 5 times.
Right.
We got a special guest today. Our first guest of season 2, I may add.
Oh, yeah. The third person, he something happened to him.
Because, it's your boy LadDi right here.
It's your boy. Speak.
Club Dixon. And Plex is not here. Teddy. Plex is not here. He ain't show up. So this is my girlfriend.
That's crazy.
And she volunteered to join us for this episode.
Decided and volunteered is strong.
Well, I just put her in front of the camera. I told her she gonna join. So.
Right.
Because you love to talk.
Hence the appearance. I swear I don't look like this on the day-to-day. I look better.
Sure. Every girl in America knows.
Right. Makeup is crazy.
Makeup can change your face. It can do a lot.
What is like the makeup for guys? Like
Beards.
Our hair,
Beards.
our haircut.
Beards and hair.
Beards, for
Because
sure.
guarantee you, and hats.
And
Okay,
hats.
so hear me out.
No,
because
trust
the
me.
one thing people tell you, like a girl will always tell you, make him take off his hat before you do
like
anything.
when you're dating them or something?
Yeah, because like guys will have on a hat, they will look fine. The minute they take off their hat, you realize that they look like Uncle Phil.
Yep, that's why
It's
I walk.
wild.
That's
It's
why I walk
wild.
around.
It's wild.
Yep, that's why I learned to just not have my hat
Stop,
on.
Teddy.
That's why I learned not to have my hat on, so they can just see me how I am.
It's the same thing with it, right? Because
And
like
beard.
also if you have a crappy haircut, a hat can like hide it.
Right.
But I feel like the beard is like the ultimate guy's makeup. Like if a guy has a beard, most girls are like, oh yeah, 10 out of 10. And then they see him with like a mustache or something, they're like 5 out of 10. 4 out of 10.
Trust me, I know because I'm dealing with it.
Speed ain't grew hair until like 2 years ago.
I'm just like this is the longest I've actually grown out my this is the longest I've actually grown it out, like as far as like lengthwise. As far as like how long I've like had my beard. But I don't have a mustache, so I'm not grown yet.
People think I was gonna say, people think you're younger than what you really are.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But I feel like, yeah, that's true. Because beards do make men look
No.
more mature.
Stay.
And usually girls want guys who look more mature than they are. Not like
Yeah.
babies.
I'm sure that.
And guys want women that doesn't look aged. You know,
Yeah,
I like
they
age
want
on a woman.
babies.
I like age on a woman. I ain't gonna lie to you. That little baby fat, that little mama booty, like you know,
Mama booty.
you know they got the booty because they had kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
That's
didn't,
crazy.
they ain't
Their
got
hips
big.
wider.
Yeah, you know,
I already have one.
I love that.
I'm okay.
because I feel like a girl that look young is like a little girl to me. Like I like a woman that looks like like a woman. I don't know. I don't like little girls. Like no.
As you shouldn't. Good
So-
job.
I don't like look
As you shouldn't. Because that's
on this
wild.
episode.
On this episode of We Might Get Canceled.
You're wild. First 48.
I'm dead.
Oh man, I see you just dropped a new song, right? That mug hard.
Something
Church
like
announcements quick. Speed got a new song out. Y'all go check that out. You know what I mean? We gonna throw the links in the bio.
yeah, and yeah, it's been cool. You know, you too. Well, it's not out yet, but you know,
Yeah, I was about to say my new video Crown dropping next Friday, January 12th.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be.
Don't you have the whole thing already?
Yeah, I got
You
the
got
whole
the whole
video. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm drop when Monday start. I'm dropping the video Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like a preview, and then we're gonna drop the video and the song will be out Friday.
I got a bunch of stuff. Me and Kid, you know what we did just the other day? Like that video he just did.
Don't come here.
Stop. Both of y'all, just sit down.
We got the dogs in the building. They the extra guests.
Come here. Sit down. Sit,
Freaking
Teddy.
nuts.
Sit.
I can't even
Sit,
just
Peach. On the floor. She never sits on the floor, but we gonna try and make it work.
You know what I'm saying?
Good
We got extra guests. We got 3 extra guests.
On the floor.
Freaking nuts.
To all my dog lovers out there.
Yeah,
Comment.
they're really
Bruh.
cute.
This is why I said you ain't probably watched this. guys do not like girls with dogs. Like, they really don't. It's just extra stuff you have to deal with.
Trust me,
Mine are
my
The
dad.
majority.
Trust me, I literally just watched just a minute ago. The woman, she's talking to the guy, like she's
But
filming
he's
her
fine now.
husband while
He's fine.
the birds are over there messing with the husband, and like he's like he just deals with it, for the sake of the woman. But if it was up to his choice, he wouldn't have him there.
Which is funny because it's the perfect opposite in my household. Like with my parents, like my dad wanted dogs and my mom did not want dogs. And she was like, I don't want this. But then my brother was scared of dogs and my dad was like, absolutely not. So we got a dog. And then I've lived with dogs my entire life.
So your dad got the dogs so David wouldn't be afraid of dogs?
Yeah.
Oh.
My dad can't stand my dog, bro. He never liked any pet I've ever had.
That's wild.
He's like, they don't belong here.
See, mine are cute.
When did you have a dog?
Midnight?
That's all good.
I used to have a dog that looked just like, it's a Shih Tzu though. It was a Shih Tzu.
You did.
I used to have Ava.
Those are ugly though.
Ava, which was like a fox terrier. At 1619.
Yeah, you did.
That's cute. Teddy,
I've had
stop it.
cats. I've had I've had animals. You know what I'm saying? So, So
This dude a nut for real, man. What was the topic you said you had a topic you wanted to talk about? Before we get everything else.
I was more hot about it at the moment.
What happened?
Cause that one girl I took on yeah, it's funny y'all both here. Cause the girl I took to Applebee's, she calls me, right, or she hits me up on text. She hits me up on text like, "Can I get my cousin my number so he can get tatted?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then I guess her message didn't come through and my message didn't go through. So she called me and she was like, "Why did you?" I'm like, "Who's this?"
Dang.
She's like, "You know who this is? It's Kamaya." I'm like,
If I got hit with
Yeah.
who is this, I'd be pissed.
"No," but I feel so bad because I just really have bad memory.
That's
Like, I've been doing that lately. I used to never do that. Like at least like 2-3 years ago, I could remember people, but now I can remember your face. Like I told her, I thought about you, but I've never thought about you and said your name in my head.
Oh wow.
So I just know you. But anyway, and we was just telling her where everything went wrong with us. We was telling her everything went wrong with us, and I'm just like, she just at first she just kind of I said it was a waste of time. I said that was a waste of my time and everything and money and effort and everything. And
she was?
yeah.
Okay.
And she felt it. Yeah, she got like, what are you talking about? Like, you ain't even do nothing. I'm like, I shouldn't have did anything. Because I've known her for a while because I've done tattoos on her and her sister. But as far as like being serious, that was pointless. Like, and it wasn't even you didn't even stop talking before a good reason. You was like, "Oh, I'm just not good enough for you," and I was like, I had standards. Like, I had standards, and so we were going back and forth. And she was like, "You expect a woman?" I'm like, I feel like I don't like a woman that used me.
Oh, well,
She's
fair.
like, ain't nobody was trying to use you. I'm like, women don't purposely use a guy; they just do. And I don't care about being used if I feel like it's being like, you really there. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm the guy. I do whatever. But then I'm just like, what would you even bring into my life anyway? Like, what do you like? I do cook, clean. I'm like, I don't need a maid. I don't need a maid. I can cook and clean myself.
Honestly, that's excellent from a woman's perspective. Cooking and cleaning. I'm like,
do something the man actually wants from you, though.
That's my thing.
Like, we
Like
don't
what?
we appreciate it, but
Right.
that's not what we asked of you.
I think the helping.
I
thing-
mean, some men that is 150%.
That's what they want.
Requirement, right?
Yeah,
like
because
they're
they
like,
probably don't know how to cook, and they can clean, but they don't want to clean themselves. So obviously, if you're gonna come in my life, like help me with something I don't want to do.
But I don't even think
Or
that holds
can't do.
enough
that's
weight.
wild.
I don't think that holds enough weight
It don't.
because I'm like, we are in a time where women make as much money as us.
Facts. Or more.
I'm not saying you gotta pay 50-50, but if the money that you're using needs to be involved for both of us. If you're not paying 50 of the rent, then a lot of that money needs to go to like a trip we're gonna take in the future, or a business that we're planning on doing. Like, do something with that. Think about me.
But is it?
You're not my daughter.
You said, think
I'm not.
about
You're
me.
not my daughter. I don't just take care of you because you're a woman. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Okay, so I have a question then.
That's good.
So, if you didn't discuss that beforehand, how is a woman just supposed to know that?
Because she's supposed to.
That's not how that works.
Exactly.
That's really not how that works.
I can't teach you how to be a woman.
No, think about it. If you're saying that you're not going to split it 50-50.
I would like to, but and
that's not the norm.
That'll cause problems,
right? That's not the norm either.
I know, and that's why marriage is how it is.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like, that's why these things have to be a discussion, because I think when people go into a relationship or even dating with preconceived notions, and you just assume that the other person is gonna like fill those roles without them knowing that that is your expectation, then they're gonna fail.
Because I look at it like this. I already knew. I wasn't expecting it from no little girl. First of all, no, that's impossible. But
harsh. Okay, we've started, guys.
I go into it with a common idea of what they want, and it's not even about what they want. I come with the like I said, especially since I've been into God and understand what he's been talking about. It's just about really putting others before you,
right?
And that's how I live it. Like. Everything for you, and I need that same thing back. It's not. I don't feel like I get that same. And you find the right girl, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who that was, but you find the right girl, you Gucci. But because women give, but they always give to people that have less than them. Like if the man has more than her, then she ain't finna be doing that because she gonna feel the other way. Giving in what way? Like monetarily? Like if wherever I'm lacking, if I can't afford that bill, boom. If I didn't clean up, boom. If I didn't cook today, boom. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, she's cooking, she's cleaning too much, so let me do it. Are you laying there? But like I was saying, it's just like, you see how, like I said, I'm doing everything for you. You need to come into the relationship with that same attitude. Like, my money, I'll be like, my money's not for me. And if it is for me, it's for me to advance so I can still help you. Like, everything is for you.
So, I've told you that in the last episode, man. That's going against women. They would have to really die of themselves for them to think of that, because I don't think it's in a woman biology to do that.
It wasn't.
Because it's for y'all supposed to think of yourself.
Y'all asking the wrong woman, because I am not the stereotypical woman.
Right.
So I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to answer that question.
My babe better than all you women.
That's crazy. But what I can say is that
all
if you have, babe,
all right.
If you have these standards or these expectations, you always have to be better at communicating that to someone else, right? Because like, even we had to have a discussion, right? Because I'm not the stereotypical woman. So like, I don't come across very womanly. Like, if you asked the way, I'm pretty sure you said it on here, but the way I literally asked him what his name was, that is not stereotypical of a woman.
Yeah.
And so I think like we also had to have a conversation on like, what are your expectations for me in this relationship? What are my expectations for you? And then like sitting down and having like these common ground conversations and saying, this is what I need. This is what I want. This is not what I'm getting right now. And I just need you to pick up the slack. Like, I don't think it's not going to be a woman's or like any human's natural assumption to just be like, if they weren't raised in a way where they're like, oh, I need to go pick up the slack of someone else, they're just not going to naturally do that. Like, if you see the amount of kids that I went to college with and live with in college, I was like, y'all know how to do laundry. What do you mean you don't know how to do your own laundry? Like, the amount of people I was showing, like, you don't put your reds with your whites. Like, that's just not how laundry works. Like, little things like that.
I put everything together.
That's crazy. That would actually piss me off. So,
first of all,
in other news,
he over there shaking his head too, like, dang, he do that.
Look at this. It's white.
I mean, if you do
so
it
if
on
I
polls,
really want to have a white, I'm just gonna go buy another white tee.
That's crazy. That's wasting money.
If it's already
it's
dingy.
like $3.
I mean, if it's dingy, I guess so. But this is what I mean though. Like if you don't have the extra, right? Like if you weren't raised or like if you didn't know that was going to be an expectation for you and that's not the way that you were brought up. Like the amount of kids that I went to school with were so privileged. They were like, why do I have to get up and go do this for myself? Why isn't someone here? Like my roommates, I clean our room every single week. None of these girls helped me besides one girl who took out the trash. They thanked her every week and didn't realize that I was the one sweeping the floor and cleaning up every single week. So I just stopped doing it. And I was like, but if that's not something that you actively talk about, or that you make it known, like, hey, babe, if I'm really tired and I just came home from work and you see that I'm hungry and you know that I'm hungry because you know I haven't eaten because I've been at work, make me some food. It's that simple.
No,
and
I don't even care. I ain't even think that hard.
So how you expect them to know?
If you make some food,
you just think the perfect person's just gonna come in, they just don't know you and like read you like a book.
It's not about knowing me. It's just thinking. It's like foreshadowing things. Let me cook for him because he might be hungry.
That's not natural though for a lot of people.
I know. That's the sad part. That's what I'm talking about.
Especially now.
I don't want to have to force her to do it or have to overly ask her to do it.
But I think also for some people, like, let's just be real. All of us get caught up in our own worlds a lot.
We do.
And we get caught up in like what's going on in our own lives. So like me, I used to work from home, right? And it was like this whole expectation that I'm just supposed to cook, clean, do all this other stuff. And I'm like, I'm sitting at my computer from sunrise to sunset and then like past when you go to bed. Like this is not a realistic expectation for me to be like, all right, I need to stop what I'm doing right now. And I work in accounting, guys, so this is a lot. It's a lot of work. But I need to stop what I'm doing right now to do something for you when you've been sitting on the couch just because you're hungry. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Or like just because you come home from work. Like, it was the same thing with my parents. Like, my parents had this expectation where usually my mom would make food. But if my dad knew that my mom was, like, super duper busy, he didn't have an expectation that she would prepare it and then be like, well, I put the stuff in the fridge. You need to finish it.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say that. I'd be like, just get it started.
Right. But then you'd have to make that known. Or like sometimes my mom would be like, I just didn't have time. You're going to have to go get something. Like, no, I don't have that energy. I'm not even the type of person to have them guess.
They're not going to have to guess with me because I'm going to tell them, hey, can you get something started? But I'm saying like, in that scenario, like I'm gonna talk to them and let them know if they could do it, if they can do it, not do it.
Right, because not everybody can cook. Some women can't even boil water. Let's just be real.
Because I never let that's crazy.
I'm so serious.
Why is it evaporating?
No, like
that's what
I've literally had friends start a fire because they tried to boil water and all of the water went away and it caught on fire.
When you get into like talking to someone, just be like, what is the things you ask them
first? Real,
though?
right?
Like what is the because it seemed like you
Here's
get rid of them in 2 weeks.
I'm ugly. When you're ugly, it don't matter what you talk about.
Okay, first of all, we need to work on the self-confidence.
I'm good. I don't care. But
it's self-realization.
It has to be.
Okay,
I'm a good guy. So I have to be ugly. There's no other way. Like, I don't push boundaries.
Oh my
I just
God.
do things. I talk to him nice.
And
it's just like, that's what I was telling her. I'm like, you had no reason to leave. And you're just too good for me.
Right, but
stop the nonsense. You want to be a little hot girl.
The same way that you think that you're quote unquote not good looking is the same way she was like, I'm not gonna fit your expectations, and she just was real with herself, and she was real with you in that moment.
I don't let that go into like that person. I think I look good, so I'm good. But when you treat them really well. And then they still leave.
This is ridiculous.
So when they still leave after you've done good things, it's like that's them.
But I'm saying, hold on. What do you talk? How do you start this courting process? Though is what I'm saying. How do you meet a young lady? How do you start to be like, is this person interesting enough? Is this someone I'm interested in? Like, how do you start that? What is the thoughts you think? What is the questions you ask? Because there's something in this beginning stage that keep leading you down the wrong path.
I don't know. I might have to reevaluate.
You have to.
Because look, I post myself so much. People should be able to get a glimpse of who they're talking to.
Yeah, but like, you also have to think that 90% of people's online persona is not who they are in real life.
I know. I'll be like, Jesus, that's it. So when you see me in person, it's the same thing. I cook on my Snap. You know I like to cook.
But that's to say that they have you across every single platform.
Most of the women do. Most of them do. And most of them, like I said, we've talked before in a manner, where they know who I am. You know? It's just who they are that I don't like. And then they end up bailing on me like I was the bad person. I'm like, girl, you wasn't the option, really.
Do you think that if there's something about them that you might be projecting? Like, okay, so think about it, right? I know that he doesn't necessarily like aggressive women or
Who does?
okay, regardless. Some toxic people do.
Who does?
Some toxic people do.
We talking about normal
but
people.
in all reality, the point is you're defeating the point in the purpose, okay? But
I'm the icing. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
So, like, some people don't like aggressive people. We had to have a conversation, right? Being like, hey, sometimes your tone is coming across in this way, right? And I don't like that, right? Or like sometimes he wouldn't say something, he would just like act differently. And I'm like, I can tell that I upset you, my bad. You know what I mean? So could it be the same thing where like he doesn't always have to say something, but sometimes I still get the hint? So even if you're not necessarily saying outright like, yo, I didn't like that you did that, but they're like, I feel like you didn't like that I did that, or you don't like a certain part of me. And then they just are like, well, I'm just going to exit stage left.
I'm going to be 100 with you. I'm probably too blunt. I told her, yep. And that's like when we talk about things and I'm like, yep. And that's why guys want to commit suicide, you know.
That's crazy.
Like, because
that's strong.
Y'all careless like that. And, you know, I don't like to say that, but hey, it's the truth. Like,
yeah, so let's soften the truth.
And then that one girl, the other girl brought over, remember when we was having that movie night?
Mm-hmm.
We got different beliefs.
Interesting.
She's cool. We just got different beliefs. And I just told her like, that rubbed me the wrong way. So
you let her go.
Yep. We can be friends.
No one likes that.
You know what I'm saying? So
friend zoned it.
You know, but I was like, but I told her, man, I try to articulate my words in a point where I don't offend them at all and let them know that I'm still interested at the same time. I told her, I said, this is just something we just gotta
work on.
Like I told her, like, this is, you know, I don't think, because I was like, I probably know more about your religion than you. She deals with Orishas and stuff. That's that African stuff.
I was like, I have no clue what you're talking about right now. That went straight over my head.
So I'm just like, I'm like, when I heard it in my head, I'm like, no. But it's like, it's hard.
Trying to be graceful.
But now I'm like, nope. She gotta love Jesus, period. And
right.
And I'm like, she gotta go harder than me.
Boundaries. You have to have strong boundaries, but also.
But then the ones that go harder than me is weird.
But right, because you also have to realize.
Weird, bro.
But
there's
you
no
also
common ground.
No, right? Because honestly, I feel like there's no winning with you. I'm just being 100. But also, from a woman's perspective, if you were seeking God and that is your first priority, right? You want your guy to be further ahead than you. You don't want to be further ahead than him because then you feel like, all right, how you gonna lead me if I'm further than you are?
I mean, no, I know some stuff about God, about that Bible, so I ain't worried about that.
It's not also about knowing stuff. Sometimes
and working it out
right?
For sure. You know, I try to do it in my actions, giving, caring extremely more than I used to before. I was already doing stuff for women, being a simp. Now I'm a super simp. So
super simp. Dun, 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 dun. Got his cape.
God has changed my heart a lot. So it's like I'm a super simp now. So I kind of want my woman to be a super simp. Like you know, so
right. But I think also once people are comfortable, then people are going to be willing to act in a different way than in the first week that you meet them. Right. Or in the first week that you're making it known.
If it's the first week, it's looks. I'm telling you, it's the looks in the first week. You don't know me enough in a week. So it don't even get that far, bro.
But I think
it doesn't even get that far.
Relationships only get far. What's the longest relationship? Like 6 months, right?
That's crazy.
I had like a year with a nail.
No, what about what Shay? How long was that?
Shay, that was like 5 months. But we was like best friends for
forever. She moved out here after a couple months. Y'all dating?
No, but we was rocking with each other for a whole year plus.
For a while before they started dating, so it felt like they were further ahead than normal.
And so when we actually made it official,
is that right?
I feel like we could.
That's what happened with my
It was
parents.
me. It was
because what?
It was me and her.
You should.
They calling you right now.
Disturb.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was me and her. She wasn't prepared to do anything.
I remember that.
And
Shorty was just on the couch every day.
And I was a new
that
person
would make
in
me
Arizona.
mad.
Yeah.
Oh, that would
wanted to
make
go
me
crazy.
so
Yeah,
angry.
it was wild.
But no, I was saying, like, that's exactly what happened with my parents, right? Like, my parents were friends for 8 years or 6 years before they dated, and they dated for, like, less than a year and got married.
Yeah.
Like I said, it don't take long for me to figure you out, bro. It's like, it doesn't take long. Like, that's why I don't date that long.
Yeah, but I think also when you first meet somebody, or, like, in the first periods before, like when you first change it from being friends to being, like, more than friends, right? You usually have to give people more grace or more understanding, or try to, like, give it more effort than just being like, you said one wrong thing, no, I'm out, right? Like, you gotta, like, ask more questions, like, why did you say this? Or, I just want to understand where you're coming from. Because then if you took it in a different way than the way in which they meant it, then, like, hey, you could have just burned a bridge that.
I think people are remedial anyway. So I have a lot of grace towards them. I have my slow moments too. I'll be having slow moments, but I'll be listening. I listen deep. I listen how they said it, when they said it, and what is their facial expression as they said, and what did they say after I said it.
Think about it. Sometimes people say things, right? Like, I'm for sure one of those people where sometimes I say things and they come across way differently than the way in which I intended or I meant them. And then I'm like,
I'm a good interpreter.
Let me come.
I'm a good interpreter. Like, I can see through a lot of nonsense they talk about. Like, It doesn't. What they say don't even bother me. I'm in the back of their head right now.
A lot of people.
I don't care what they say.
We are more alike than people think. A lot of women want the same type of men. A lot of men want the same type of woman. We do the same type of stuff.
You see what Did you see what Cat Williams said? He said, "There's only 5 people in this world. There's only 5 types of people in this world. Yeah. Everybody acts the same in different ways."
Yeah, it's not that hard. There's little complexities of each person because of their background and traumas, whatever they have. But it's the same thing. Yeah. Everybody's on the ground.
And I ain't been proven wrong yet.
It's crazy, man. We're gonna keep praying for you, bro.
Yeah,
you're gonna find you.
I'm like, okay, hey, up, and I was gonna say, I wanted to talk about what the biggest goal for 2024 from each of us.
What is the biggest goal?
No, you can start.
Me? Yeah. What is my biggest goal? My biggest goal for 2024, is to save money. I already told her I ain't spending no money this year.
So wild.
I'm saving the most.
With my birthday, so
I want to save the most money I ever saved in my life this month. I want to get the most clients, some job promotions, all that. So that's my biggest goal. Is
you're
to save
never
money
gonna come up if you're. I'm like, because I'm going through a crisis right now with this money stuff. So I'm just like, bro, there's something's got to give. Yeah. Something's got to give. I can't. My bills are so much like it's hard to save. So
no, I feel you. Yeah. We should see if we can do something with. I
just need more tattoos. That's it. I just need more tattoos. That's it.
That.
I got a job that knocks out at least the bills.
Right.
No, I would say definitely save money. I was gonna ask, what's one thing y'all want to bring into 2024 and one thing you want to leave in 2023. So one thing I want to leave in 2023 is I want to leave 2 things in 2023. I have not watched porn in a long time. I want to leave that in 2023. High 5. Good job. That's 1. Number 2, I want to leave like anger. Unnecessary anger. I want to be more peaceful in 2024. That's one thing. What about you? But yeah, I'm gonna do something for your birthday too. Like that's goofy. Yeah, but all this extra stuff. And then I said as soon as I said I ain't spending nothing, then baby lost her job.
I'm like, see how God works? See how God be working?
I wasn't gonna say that, but thanks.
See how God be working?
Hey, this ain't coming up.
God was like, we gonna see if y'all really ready.
She already did it already before.
What?
He said, God said, we
let's see how ready y'all is. Yeah, no, I'm saying.
Wild. So what is my biggest goal? My biggest goal is to stop procrastinating and get my CPA. Because that test is hard. For those of y'all who don't know, it is a certified public accountant, which means that you can sign returns. And I have been in the business for 3 years and I still don't have my CPA. You want to know why? Because it's the hardest test. It is harder than becoming a lawyer. It is harder than becoming a doctor. And it is statistically proven to be the highest fail rate test that is out there, which is why there is a whole lot of people who aren't accountants. And so my only goal, now that they've changed the test and made it a little bit easier and a little bit harder in different ways, is to get that done. All 4 parts. There's 4 parts. They're $250 a piece. I'm crying.
That's crazy.
The study materials I didn't have to pay for. Thanks, Deloitte. We appreciate y'all. But we're gonna figure that out, hopefully. Now, what am I leaving? What are 2 things that I'm leaving?
No, 1.
Okay. Because 2 was gonna make it hard. What is the number 1 thing that I am leaving in 2023? Toxic friendships.
Amen to that. Hallelujah.
Yeah. I have some great friends, but I have some very iffy friends that I chose to be friends with, and he's experienced it all, but they were very hurtful. And I guess because I'm a person who loves to keep my word and over communicate and be there for people, people take it for granted. So
Can I put a pin in this? This is something I was going to bring up with Plex here. Why is there a big difference of friends, male friends and women friends, like with each other? Like how guys are friends to each other versus how girls are friends to each other is a very big difference.
also, how
Like girls, y'all treat them like real relationships, like y'all dating. Like
What you
y'all
mean?
be so toxic with each other. Like if y'all don't call each other back, if y'all don't spend
ain't
time
me.
with each other.
that ain't me, y'all.
It's really wild. Do you
That's
have you
not
noticed
me.
that, Speed?
Both of them
I
have
want to
competition.
put this out there.
Both of us compete, guys. We want to look the swaggiest sometimes, and then the woman kind of just wants to have the best man that looks the best.
But bro,
No,
if you got a best friend and was like, "This my best friend," blah blah blah, I'm not finna be like, I'm not your best friend no more. You know that's a woman thing. Like you know that's it.
That's
like,
very true.
You
but
know that
I feel like women don't always like. Some women do they take that 150%? Yes, but I feel like I'm one of those people, which is why I have most of the friends that I have, because I'm a horrible communicator. I do not check up on people. Okay. You will hear from me about once, 2, 3 times a year. And as long as I know, like, if we can pick up from like where we left off, because let's be real. Once people get married, once people have kids, they get caught up in their own lives. And then so trying to keep friends, like that's why a lot of people grow out of their friendships, right? Because your life changes. People aren't in the same place at the same exact time, especially among women, right? Because like, usually we're the ones who are in charge of the kids, taking care of that sort of thing. Whereas like, I feel like women put a higher standard on themselves and on their homes.
man,
once they
if your girl got a lot of single friends, bro, be careful.
Okay, that's crazy because I'm only 24, so
if she got a lot of single friends, be careful, man.
I'm only 24. And actually, majority of my friends at home are married. But my 3 best friends, one of them's in a relationship.
Okay. So we leaving toxic relationships or toxic friendships in 2023.
Yeah.
I agree. Amen to that.
Ain't getting laid off, y'all.
What's my goal for this year?
It'll be all right.
My goal for this year is just to move out my crib and go somewhere else. Not
Where
like
you wanna
far,
go?
but just a different place.
I'm
Where
trying
you
to get
live
them to
now?
move here.
I don't want to move
So
here.
what, Phoenix?
I love my area so much.
And you gonna keep paying them prices.
It's like
Is
in
it
the middle of
expensive where you live?
everything.
lives right down the street from Biltmore.
Oh, you know what you should look at? My place, but the Biltmore version.
I like the area.
They have Alta
He has a
Biltmore.
good-
They just built it.
I like Phoenix.
They have an
I don't.
Alta
I rather if
Biltmore.
I would do
I like
anything, I would go
Phoenix, too.
more
Right now.
Glendale still. That
West,
yeah. Then
But I
Taurus-
think
Taurus
Biltmore
West.
is nice though, because before
like by where you used to live.
by kind of in that
Kinda.
area, like that, I like
That's
those
not that
areas.
Yeah, it's decent.
I like those areas.
Arrowhead area. It's not bad.
But not even that far.
Y'all,
north.
I don't know what they talking about.
I'm talking
a
about,
Scottsdale
like,
baby, so
Still my
Bougie,
direction,
baby.
but
No, I know what you're
because
talking
I want to be like, I want to be able to get to Tempe real quick, or Chandler.
What's in Tempe?
No, I'm just saying like everything, like
What?
just like all the attractions and stuff, and all the cool
the
food
attraction.
places.
What? Tempe Marketplace is the same as if you live.
It's basically the same as Desert Ridge.
Exactly. It's literally Marketplace. It's Desert Marketplace. You should move by there, bro.
Where?
Desert
Ridge.
Ridge Marketplace.
Or move to Manor Scottsdale. They just built that. It just opened.
No, Scottsdale's never.
Not me
in
giving
my
people
pocket.
free ads out here.
In Scottsdale is
Not in my wage.
no bougie baby.
Biltmore is definitely more expensive.
He's down the
depending on where
street
you
from
at.
it. He's not in it, but he's down the street from it. He's off Camelback, but it is expensive area. All right, what's
so
one thing you want to
be
leave?
over by David?
What I want to leave? Man. Porn.
You want to leave poor in 2023?
Yeah. Leave
No
that
more
behind.
poor in 24.
Man.
Porn addictions are real. It is like
Oh,
one of the
porn?
Porn. What you thought? I said?
porn.
I thought you said poor.
Oh, no.
Poor.
That's why I didn't get why you were laughing. I was like, you said the same thing.
I thought you said poor, bro. Like no.
I mean, fair. Let's
no
leave
more
both
being
of those.
poor in
Hey,
24.
That too.
hey, all of us are leaving the brokenness in 2023.
Yeah,
all
we
right?
ain't
that.
poor.
We're in
That's dead.
I
the
thought he
place
said
of
poor.
getting better in life.
My bad, G.
That's crazy. No, yeah, porn
So, yeah,
and
porn.
sugar are the two highest addictions in the world.
Yeah.
If I let-
Crack.
If I can consistently
That was aggressive.
if I can consistently do that, I will fly. Things will just fly through the roof. I don't think.
I think is
Yeah.
porn one of those
I'll
things
be
that
too
you just
tired.
quit cold turkey?
Yes.
You got to. I mean,
You're
So
never gonna-
I would say start a calendar, cross days off, because it'll give you your dopamine hit every day.
Right. I like that.
There you go.
Gotta write stuff
I'm gonna
down.
cross you off on the calendar. Will that give me my dopamine?
That sounds inappropriate and rude. I didn't like
That's
that.
wild. We got it though, man.
You do got it.
How am I doing so far as a boyfriend? Tell our followers so I can post this on my page.
This is crazy.
How am I doing so far as a boyfriend?
I think you're a great boyfriend. I think you exceed my expectations in certain ways and in other ways that we have to work on. But I think all relationships
wild,
are a work
bro.
in progress.
That's wild.
That's a realistic
She ain't want me
answer.
to even clip this. I want clippable statement.
Oh my gosh, guys. So my boyfriend is the absolute best. You wish you had him. For real. He pays for almost everything.
Like 90%.
He
Ain't no 50-50.
Yeah, there's not really. He doesn't let me, y'all. He really doesn't. And
don't.
it honestly makes me mad because I'm very much raised in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Can't go.
My parents love him, y'all, and it makes me jealous. Not gonna lie. This is not a biblical commentary, but it makes me very jealous at how much my grandparents and my parents love him.
Yeah, they love me more than they love her.
I love my parents and my grandparents. They are mine.
Mm-hmm.
I claim ownership over these people.
So you
okay. So the fact that they love him so much that they gave him money for Christmas, just it made me happy, but it also broke my heart because I was like, that could have been extra money in my pocket.
Oh, you are selfish. See how selfish she is? Selfish. I dang near gave it to you because I spent all my money on you.
I spend money on you too.
Listen, this is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna tell you. Thank you for that.
Because he really hangs out at my apartment, and I make sure that he has all of the foods, his little lactose
because you got
free
these
foods,
2 little nuggets.
his little lactose free.
I wish you could be over here by yourself, but it's okay.
Sorry
Gotta be
that
the
I have
stepbrother.
dogs that are so cute.
They ugly.
I've literally had them since I was in college.
You might as well have a kid.
Wild. We
So
ain't doing that
wild.
till we married.
That's
I need a
right
ring
there.
on my finger.
It's right there. It's right there. That's what they are. Kids, little kids,
Literally,
I
that
mean,
don't
for real.
speak.
like 2-year-olds.
That don't speak.
Yep, that's what I don't like.
That's the worst part.
That's the word. Yep.
Like I can't even have a conversation with you. Like, look, bro, I don't want you doing this. The reason why is I just gotta snap my finger and flick you in the nose.
Yeah.
I think
You can't
get it.
even hit them because they're 5 pounds. You
Like,
can
bro,
only flick
this is
them.
freaking retarded. But thank you for that. I've already bragged about you on here, so you got enough good work.
That's crazy. That's crazy because I'm here now. I didn't hear the last
You
one.
gotta watch the episode.
Oh yeah,
My
let's
girl is
throw
the
back.
best.
Let's throw back to the
My
fact that
girlfriend's
he
the best.
made my parents sit down.
I did not make them.
Sit down
Your
and
dad
watch
said he
y'all's
wanted to watch.
podcast. Sit down and watch y'all's podcast. But my parents, my mom kept telling him to rewind it and pause it when she missed the part. So my mom's very
Yeah, she
cute.
was
My
rocking
mom
with
is
you,
the
what you
number
was
one
saying.
supporter of Spee, guys.
Shout out Miss Sharon.
We love her. My mama is
Mrs.
my
Smith.
favorite person.
And this is in Florida.
Right next to my
Florida, yeah.
right next to my
Florida.
dad.
So who are you out here with?
My brother.
Dang, we out here alone.
My brother lives out here with me, y'all. He moved out here for me because he's my number one supporter and he got my back.
Trust me, if Larry wasn't out here, I wouldn't have moved to Arizona. There's no way. No.
Oh. I
He
mean,
definitely couldn't have.
I moved out here with my best friend because I needed a change of place and I was over Chicago and all of its toxicity and
Trashness
yeah,
and that brassness.
that's crazy.
And we met how long ago? January,
In May,
6 months
the
ago.
very end of May. The last week of May. Right after my birthday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we met 6 months ago. And now we're here. I met our parents last
I
month.
do wish to hopefully find someone this year.
Yes, that's a good goal.
Yeah,
But I
we
could care
gonna
less.
declare.
But I could care less. See, you can't do that.
I know.
Okay,
I
what
gotta
did-
go full
I
in.
put it up in the air for God. I said,
Right,
God,
what did God say
I
about
want
the
a
power
wife.
of the tongue?
I want a wife,
There we
God,
go.
and He gonna give me one.
Yeah, but he's also
'Cause I
asking.
asked for it.
He's
Right.
also
I
asking
asked
you
for
what
it.
are the necessary changes that you need to make
Oh,
to
a
make
bunch.
you available to having a great wife
Yep.
and a godly wife.
What was the necessary changes that you had to make?
Me? Well, I'm not a wife, so for one, no. I'm
No,
just kidding,
you
yeah.
should be. The pastors and the evangelists and the spokesman people they say you should already be a wife.
You're just not His wife.
You're
yet.
just not his wife. You're not my wife, but
All
you
right,
should
babe, it
already
was-
be a wife.
It was a joke,
We having conversations.
and I was having a joke. So, babe, that hurt. Say sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I feel like I made a lot of changes. I spent a lot of time in church, a lot of time in groups, going to like church events.
That's all I asked. For my woman.
learning a lot about myself. Did 3 years of therapy. Did 3 years of therapy. Guys, therapy is going to a therapist once a week. Every single week.
That's a lot.
I'm just making y'all all clear, okay? It's very helpful. They give you lots of helpful tools, tips, and tricks to handle your own emotions
Tools,
and
tricks,
your
and
own
sticks.
trauma, but also to deal with other people. And I've learned a lot, okay? So
That's a big one. Cause you can work on yourself, but you gotta be able to help and be able to deal with other people.
And that was always my biggest issue because
Therapists got
and this
therapists?
is
No,
yeah,
They
they
should.
definitely
Yeah, they
do.
do,
They
yeah.
definitely do.
that's crazy.
And also they usually have to have like the biblical discernment or the ability just to let other people's trauma and the way of other people's lives go. Cause like that's the hardest part, right? Like you're taking on other people's like what they've gone through and helping them through it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Man, Jesus, my therapist.
Okay, you need a real one. So
I haven't
find a
found
pastor.
I haven't found nobody with good enough information.
Find a
Yeah.
pastor.
Unless they have the scripture in their head.
They gotta be
Find a
somewhere,
pastor.
somewhere that you want to go.
Yeah,
you know?
find a pastor for sure. Because
Or like what?
the pastor that I was listening to today, like, gave me the most profound thing. He's like, instead of like when you pray this time, like we always pray, God, you know, help me do this. He said, say these words. He said, I forgot. I'm gonna have to go back, but he's like, but on the blood, like. So when you say these words, it gives it a little bit more power. Ask His blood to intervene on your behalf. This
Right.
time. Instead of, just asking Him. Actually say it out your mouth. I pray that your blood,
Shout out to my mama and my
intervenes at
grandma
this
for
time,
being
so
the biggest prayer warriors in my life.
It'll help out your conscience because you're saying that into your conscience,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll.
And I mean, also, this is the great thing about knowing the scripture and knowing the Bible is that they say that your prayers become more powerful when you know what God's promises are so that you can quote His promises back to Him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, I don't know. My whole point is that therapy is
You gonna read the Bible
helpful.
today?
Yes, we will. Therapy is helpful, and
12,
my
14.
mom found a biblical therapist or like a Christian therapist. So I didn't just go to a normal therapist. So if I wanted to have someone who understood it from a biblical point of view, but also from like a standard point of view, that I could pick which way, like when I went in that day, like, hey, I really want to talk about sex today, and I don't want God to be involved because I don't want to feel guilty.
I know, right?
That sort of thing.
What classes I got to take? Sociology.
Sociology is by far one of the most interesting classes. Yeah. Psychology as well, but it's very hard to have a career in, and you don't make a lot of money. Yeah. So
therapy. You know how the brain works. Psychology is how
you would have to get straight
therapy. Bookings. Therapy is different than a psychiatrist and a sociologist.
I'm just saying, no, that'd just be like something I have to back up my
fun fact. My Nana is a psychologist.
Therapeutic experience. That's what something I just
she
back
worked
it up.
at schools.
Understanding how the brain even works, like why people do what they do.
I mean, it is very helpful.
Why someone puts the cereal in first instead of the milk. Type of
okay, if you putting in the
That's
milk
nuts.
First,
you've
lost your brain. You've lost your absolute mind.
This is the conclusion.
We need to pray some healing hands of God over you right now.
And that's the conclusion I would come up with.
If you do that,
that's gonna be the first thing I ask.
We gonna clip this. Hey. If you pour milk before the cereal, you are a serial killer.
Okay, we don't speak that over anybody in all seriousness. Okay, we rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Y'all aren't actual serial killers, but you definitely need to find Jesus.
They are killers.
Okay, because that's crazy.
Because look,
that's not an appropriate response.
Funny. If you, that's kind of what I do with the my girls, like the girls I be talking to. I'll be like, "Have you ever seen this movie?" They haven't seen it.
That's wild.
I know something's wrong with them.
That's not true. Because some people are sheltered. That's not true. I've seen a lot of movies.
Yeah, but you ain't seen a lot either.
I go to the basic
a lot
ones.
of like cult
Have
classics.
you seen Friday? Probably not. Maybe if you're black and white. Rush Hour?
Absolutely.
Okay, we good. We can do something with that. I can work with that one.
Have you seen Tyler Perry?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
But if she only seen Tyler Perry, because she gonna throw some grits on me. Or drown me in the tub.
Yeah, I haven't thrown grits or drowned anybody in a tub. I just want to make that very clear.
Was very violent.
I don't think
there was a lot of DV.
That's why I said if she only watches that, I don't know.
There's a lot of domestic.
That's like a girl that only watches Saw. It doesn't make sense.
Oh man.
No, man,
but
so cute.
Scary movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do scary movies, y'all.
These are scary.
I don't do scary movies. I can't
afford a therapist, so that's why. Black people can't afford therapists like that.
You can, bro. They not that much.
First of all,
they're not that much.
First of all, don't say black people can't.
Black. I know.
No. First of all, don't say that. But two, there are many different tools and ways in which to get therapists.
Mm-hmm. The YouTube. Whatever I need help in, I'm gonna ask YouTube and watch every video about it.
That's crazy.
I mean, that is a form.
Trust me. You can get some information on there.
Yeah, but you also,
on there.
but also you have to figure out like what, because just because it works for somebody else or just because it's someone's advice doesn't mean that it's gonna work and apply it to you in the same way, right? So like, I used to have panic attacks a lot. My therapist had to be like, okay, when you have a panic attack, let's do this 5, 10, 5. So you breathe in for 5, breathe out for 10, or no?
What?
Breathe in for 5. No, not like that. First of all, you're hyperventilating. Breathe in.
Breathe in for 5.
For 5, like 5 seconds, babe. Breathe in slowly. Hold your breath for 10 seconds. And then breathe out for 5. Or something like that. I think maybe it's 5, 7, 5. But there's that. And then she's also like, let's find your happy place. Describe the happiest place you've ever been. And then take yourself there.
Want to know why that helps? Because you're sucking in Jesus. No homo.
That's crazy. All right. Jesus. For y'all, that was a real, actual, helpful, tipful trick. So, if you have panic attacks, you should apply that.
You said breathe in 5, blow out 10. How do you?
I didn't say that. I fixed it.
They gonna die.
I fixed it. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
They gonna die.
Yeah.
No, yeah, breathing is always gonna. That slows your heart. That slows your heart rate down.
Sit.
Peach, you hot?
Good boy.
Good
boy. These are nuts.
I'm cool. I ain't even worried. I go. People. It's funny because people. I was like, I think 2023 was a good year.
Oh, it's 478.
Everything is, man. I make everything good here, man. Today is the day.
You
You
breathe in for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7, and exhale for 8.
Yeah, they're gonna try to kill us. I get it.
I'm like, what? How do you breathe in for 4? So
1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Hold for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and breathe out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I got more breath.
7, 8.
I told you.
But it's something that you practice. Like, it's not something that you know.
Okay.
Told you they trying to kill you. That's gonna help.
Just
Look
drinking
at
water.
you said you ain't got no problems if you did.
That's crazy.
So what? I want to go back before we wrap up. You say you wanted to leave toxic friendships in the past year.
I'm not saying names or people.
What? No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just want to know, how are you gonna go about weeding out these people that you may come in contact with, and what are the things that you triggering you, like the flags that you'll see? You know what I mean?
Well, my biggest thing is holding people. I don't tend to hold my friends accountable. I tend to give them excuses. I make excuses for everybody. It's one of my biggest problems. So I'm gonna first and foremost see people for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we were discussing the other day, you usually want to see people for what they are and what they're not. Or like you usually don't want to see people for like the worst parts of them, right? You just want to only see the good, and then you're like, all right, it is what it is. So I would say my biggest thing would be like, 1, accepting people for who they are, which I've gotten a lot better at. 2, being like finding godly friendships and godly relationships, right? Like we met each other in church, y'all. That's what you should do. But also doing the same thing with my friendships. I've met a lot of people at church and hold them very near and dear to my heart. They know who they are. And we hold each other accountable, so it makes it easier. She's sitting on the cords, babe. That's why she got up. And lastly, just like, I would say talking it out with people, like allowing people to like give me their reasons. But sometimes it's like, if God just tells me, yo, you just need to let this person go, then I'm just going to have to let you go. Like, I'm not going to keep holding on to you.
I'm gonna say, God be telling, let all of them go. All of them. Quick. And I'll be trying to hold on to him. He's like, bro, I keep trying to tell you.
And fun fact, God
like
will keep teaching you. Like, God will keep testing you in the same way until you get it right. The same way. He like, broski, I done given you this test. I gave you the answer to the test. I gave you the test again, and you still messed up? Are you serious?
That's why I said, that's why I told Shorty, I was like, it wasn't really a waste of time because I learned not to mess with people like you.
That's crazy.
Lesson learned.
And there's a shot in the back,
so
y'all.
it is progressive.
Catching strays.
Lay down, Peach.
I told her I would talk to her. I told her I'll talk about her today. So
that's crazy. Well, she knows who
think
she
it's
is. I'm so sorry.
It's a good thing to recognize those things and just know, like, yeah, you can still be a good person to them, but you ain't got to be friends with them. You ain't got to stay. I'm over here coaching these dogs. You heard me? I should be a dog trainer.
I don't know about all that.
it's not the worst business. It's a pretty decent business.
Stay. Sit. Stay.
Peach, go lay down.
But man, hey, we appreciate y'all rocking with us.
Yeah.
Episode 5, Club Dixon. Plex, you wild as hell, boy.
Babe.
You wild.
Right.
You wild as heaven.
Right.
That too. I was thinking about saying that. Like, hey, you use the heaven instead of,
But we out of here, man.
We out of here, man. Club Dixon. Bam.